delayed is that?
It's like 5 seconds.
I don't even remember itching my face.
No, I think it's like 5
I've been
seconds.
sitting with my legs crossed for a while now, and
Don't you have to do that?
are we good?
Come on. Live, there it is. All right, we have TikTok.
I'm still waiting on YouTube.
It should be up.
We have TikTok.
It's right there.
This is Wes and Tom.
The top one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we have YouTube, and we're about to get Instagram going. Sup? Not much, bro. Just got back from lunch.
All right, we're good. You should be able to read them. What's up, gang? Can you read them from there? Instagram?
Yeah, what's up, gang?
YouTube.
Good as always. How about you? Yeah. What's going on, boys? What's going on? Let's get everybody in here. Let's keep
I guess
going.
I'm not in the frame, am I? For Instagram.
Yeah, that's weird, actually. The Instagram. No, you are. It's the comments are hiding you.
Oh,
So
is that the full frame for
That's
Instagram?
the full frame.
That's what I thought.
No, you see, you're in the frame.
No, well that's not the frame.
He's not in frame right now, technically.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the Instagram frame.
Scoot in, little boy.
I can scoot in more.
I moved the camera.
Yeah, I would move camera.
Okay. All right. Figuring this out.
What you have for lunch? Coffee and bourbon.
Nothing.
No, I had
I filter fed.
a panini. I had a panini.
Oh, did you? I thought you were on Chipotle.
We were going to, and then it was just like the panini place was actually closer, so we just went there. There's a really nice coffee shop near
There's
us.
a nice panini place near us. So, fire off your questions, or we'll just ramble until.
Wes is in Florida because he hates us.
About. Wes is on vacation this week.
Wes is on vacation. I'm on vacation next week, but I'll still be here for the live. And then
Where are you going?
I'm going to Virginia Beach because we can drive there.
Very nice.
If you guys have any suggestions of things to do in Virginia Beach, I will take those questions as well.
Where's that close to? Like, what's the major city close to that?
I mean, Virginia Beach is like the main. It's like an hour from Richmond, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's like an hour from Richmond.
One thing I've been wanting to really do is go to the Civil War Museum. It's in Richmond.
Oh, cool! You can come with us.
So, that's my suggestion to you. That's
She
like one thing
would.
I've
She
been-
would probably like that.
I
Actually,
think you would like it.
Dysentery. I've seen it once. You've seen it, and it's.
It's not a dysentery museum.
Didn't that kill more soldiers than actually getting fired?
I mean, it was disease-ridden. Yeah, a lot of diseases.
What's up, guys? What's going on, brother? How are we all doing? So, since you guys don't have any questions at the moment, we're gonna just get into it. What's going on with Bolt Bash? Let's give everybody an update.
Bolt Bash. You could win a gun if you come to Bolt Bash.
Yeah, you want to win a giveaway, dude? Get to Bolt Bash. You have no idea. If you guys have been to a like American Mill Sim, Copperhead, or like
Any game with a raffle,
we're like tripling it.
we like have a crazy raffle. We have a lot of great companies that are providing for us. I mean, just to name a couple, like Wolverine's coming out, Polar Star's coming out. Those are the two huge ones. There's a
Backdraft
handful of other ones.
Innovations.
Backdraft. I'm trying to think off the top of my
Gun
head.
Gamers is coming now. Eric can't get out of it.
They'll have a booth.
A
Prizes from like Tap, Evic.
lot of people send us prizes.
PTS.
G&G is either going to be here because he definitely is not trying to get out of a wedding. Ryan, if you're in the comments.
We'll see you later.
But G&G, Specna, Moss, like every big name you can kind of think of is probably either going to be sending raffle prizes or is going to be represented here.
Mhm.
Blackjack
Yeah,
hates us, so he won't be here.
Yeah, he'll have to watch it live or something. I don't know. We could broadcast the whole Bolt Bash.
We should
from,
do like a 360-degree like live of the Bolt Bash if everybody just milling
I
around.
don't know. You could just sit down for like a half an hour and do like a impromptu live.
I kind of think, I don't know, Ross. Now I'm just gonna get into stuff because we can just get into stuff. Should we grab random YouTubers or company reps and like do like an hour to 2 hour session of like, hey, we have this person on the live right now. If you guys want to talk to them, they're here. Go out and see them. If not, do like a 30-second like.
We could set up like a booth out there.
We could do that. We could do something like that for 2 hours and just like like ask questions, have a live stream going, or have people like shout from the crowd, like, "Hey, what about this?" We do that. That'd be cool.
Figure it out as we go with that one. Well, hello there.
Oh, there's my guy. What's going
Hello
on, brother?
back. Hello back.
Hello, General Kenobi.
Well, little quiet today in the comments.
This is kind of funny though. All right, so let's just start asking you questions then.
There you go. AirTac upper on the G&G
Ooh,
logo.
that's a great idea because it is G&G spec. So actually, that'd be really cool. I was just talking to Ryan from G&G about different uppers on there. That's a cool one, actually. That would be a really cool one.
We'll
there we
see
go.
we'll see how that. I can't wait to see some of these crazy builds on the lever action.
Dude, we were talking about the lever action yesterday, me and him, and we were going off at like they're not going to be released till end of August, September, but he still has those demos. The ones we got were all demo ones, and he's going to have a bunch at Copperhead. And we're just going to bring a grill out into the middle of Copperhead with cowboy hats and lever action.
That's a great idea.
Just defend the hot dogs.
I like that. Copperhead is coming up.
Copperhead is in
Again.
4 weeks, and MSW at BFR is in 4 weeks. Gun Gamers.
Isn't there another event that week? Isn't there a
There's two.
event?
There's two events in that week, on Copperhead and not Gun Gamers, MSW, and then I think Sector might be having a game. I don't remember. They might. Is that an Eric? Yes, a wild Eric
Yes,
has
I'm
appeared.
I'm in this time.
But yeah, G&G lever action is gonna be cool. What's the most reliable non-gas blowback pistol other than the TM Mark 23? Okay, so you definitely know what you're talking about because that's what I was gonna say.
I can't even think of a lot.
A non-blowback pistol.
There's a couple a half blowbacks, but
The Walther, yeah, like the half blowback Walther PPS is pretty reliable. It has a hop up.
And then so is like there's a Glock that's half blowback.
Oh, non-blowback. The Hater, most reliable non-blowback pistol. Hater.
I mean, it doesn't have a lot of moving parts, but the AAP is blowback, but it's not.
That's probably one of the most
It's
reliable
not
ones.
a full slide, so it's very gas efficient, like a blowback pistol.
I would be
Plenty of
great.
options though. on
I
the
would be
market.
grateful for you if you protected my hot dog with a lever action. We can make it happen, man.
Come to Copperhead. Copperhead's a blast.
Copperhead is absolutely a fever dream and a blast.
My favorite part about Copperhead is probably the journey.
You mean the war stories we got to hear? The war stories we were a part of on the journey?
Yeah, exactly. You can only imagine what you're talking about.
Yeah. Eric and I think that was the first trip you and I were just like, we're in it together, buddy.
Yeah, it was a long trip.
That was a very long
But I mean, the best part about Copperhead, in my opinion, is like whenever we cross into Texas and New Mexico, since we're from up here in PA, it's a very different landscape. So it's very cool to see the desert. And last year we had time for like White Sands. We did that.
Well, so
that was awesome.
with DOT this year, we actually have to leave like a day earlier because we can only do so many hours in a day. So we have to leave like a
that's
day
gonna be
earlier.
Crazy.
Well, it's actually going to work out great because we can like stop and do stuff per DOT.
You guys are just to be gone for so long. Like you guys are going to be in that truck and on the road for like so long.
Oh, it's going to be forever, dude. It's going to take, instead of a 3-day trip, you know how we would normally like
Leave Wednesday like morning
and like hit it?
or Tuesday night. Usually.
Yeah, and then now we're going to be like leaving middle
all
of the day
who's all
Monday.
going?
Me, Lex.
Oh, Lex is going.
Lex is going. So that'll be her first time to Copperhead, and then Logan, who's been to Copperhead, and David was there last year, right?
David went last year.
David went last year. So the only people who have worked Copperhead before going are me and David, but Logan's played it.
Single vend?
Yeah, just single trailer. So we're gonna be doing that. All right. Only problem with the comments being up there is we need to hit them fast. Because I feel like we're missing some.
The only one that we haven't hit yet is I've been tempted to pick up the Hater. You
Hater's
should
great.
pick up the Hater.
Yeah, the Hater's
It is
great.
fun to play with. In 3 weeks, I'm heading to Hawaii for my wife and I wedding anniversary. 15 years baby, but over 20 together.
Dude, that's fantastic.
There you go. That's very cool. Have fun.
Enjoy it. Hawaii, every time I hear about it, is fantastic. Me and my fiance are probably gonna. We've talked about doing Hawaii or Europe for our honeymoon. We don't know yet.
How's it going, YouTube? Right back at you. How's it going?
Yeah,
It's going well for us.
it's going great. Honestly, it's not too hot in here yet.
Yeah. Not
Yet.
too bad. That fan's helping. It's
But-
like what I did today. It didn't work as well as I was hoping.
I was like,
I had to put
why are you sending it so high? And then I realized what you were doing, and then I see it, and I'm like,
If it went a little higher, I could put the chair underneath
I think
completely.
if it would have gone a little higher, it would have
Yeah,
worked.
That's the maximum, unfortunately.
Okay, so I have a fun topic. Since we'll wait for the comments to come in a little bit more.
So from YouTube, I'll be watching later. Just wanted to say hey and ask a couple questions. One, do you know how to tell between Gen 1 and Gen 2, the Silverback MDR-X?
Okay. Yes.
And does the 308 MTW take the Max M4W hop-up? Thank you.
Cool. So to first get to the first question there, between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2, you're not really going to be able to tell. It was more of a firmware update on the ECU board. They are about to actually come out with a Gen 3 update. People in the live get to know things before other people. They are about to come out with a Gen 3 update, and the ECU board, like the chip that you can take on and off of it, it will be a different color, so you can tell between the Gen 3 and the Gen 2. The Gen 1, the Gen 2, it's not really easy to tell at all. It's honestly a firmware thing. So if you get a Gen 1 and you're running into issues, hit us up. Doesn't matter who you got it from. Just hit us up, and we'll try and help you out through it. We're pretty close with Silverback. They're really good guys, so we love working with them. And we know pretty much all the problems and stuff that they've been dealing with the Gen 1s and the Gen 2 stuff. So if you run into issues, just send it our way, and we could probably troubleshoot it in customer service for you. Does the second question, does the 308 MTW take the Max M4W hop-up? Yes, because it's using the very normal, regular MTW hop-up that the regular MTWs come with. I've been running mine for a few games now. My MTW 308 was fantastic out of the box. Had to play with the Dwell a little bit. Ran 4s just fine out of it. The only thing I would say is if you're trying to use it as a DMR, out of the box, it's perfect. The only upgrade I would do is a stainless steel edgy barrel. I wouldn't even change the bucking. It's great. I wouldn't even change a hop up on it, honestly.
We went to Japan for a honeymoon. It was great. I'm sure it was. That sounds amazing. Tom, looking at AMS shotgun rule set, how hard do you think it will be to get the Gen 12 allowed? So I actually preemptively pulled up the AMS shotgun rules.
Oh, cool,
setup.
cool.
So, rule 1 for shotguns are they must take an actual shotgun shell. 2, if the platform is mag-fed, like the Gen 12,
Yep.
it still must be with shells.
Okay.
And the third rule probably doesn't apply, but honestly,
So I'm going to pull up something else, though, which is they have a submachine gun rule. Now, the reason I'm doing this is, I'm going to read this out. Gas and electric submachine guns such as MP7, Chris, and KMP9, etc. fall under the same restrictions as riflemen. So we'll go to riflemen. I'll explain why I'm doing this in a second. Assault weapons rifleman rule may only operate in semi-auto mode. Okay. So this is an example of a place that doesn't really allow full auto for their rifles, machine guns, and they do have a shotgun rule. I'm really happy somebody asked this question because this got brought up probably the most at the Wolverine Tech Summit is how is this going to play into milsims? How is this going to be allowed?
Interesting.
That was probably the biggest thing of controversy, and the way that Rich was responding to it was basically if full auto is allowed on any capacity, whether it's an SMG role, a rifleman role, or something like that, this gun can fall into that category. And it's all one strand of BBs. They're just more like a burst fire kind of thing. It does actually spread out like a shotgun really should, but if you allow some level of full auto, this would fit very easily into that rule set category. Now, AMS does not, and they do have a specialized shotgun rule where it has to be shells. What I am expecting is going to happen, and I think I said this to the guys down at Wolverine too, what I'm expecting to happen is within the first 6 months of this shotgun being released to the public and people can test it out, rule sets are going to change surrounding this. And not just because of the Gen 12. G&G just released a shotgun that functions very similarly. That is a gas-powered shotgun, not an HPA-powered shotgun. And it fires one stream of BBs in a row. It's not a tri-shot. It uses an M4 magazine, you know. So I think there's this movement going on. I think it started with the Flak 10.
Yeah,
I think it really did.
You're probably right.
I think it started with the Flak 10, where there's...
Yeah, it's an interesting concept. Let's elaborate on it.
Let's do more. Yeah. So I think now that we actually have something that's relatively available, because unfortunately with the Flak 10, whatever the first purchases were the only ones ever made because they went out of business.
Right.
So now that we have something that's going to be easy to obtain in both the G&G and the Gen 12, I think rule sets are probably going to be made to allow them to play, because people are going to want to buy these guns and use them at milsims.
So, no, I agree with you. I think, like, as of now, under the current, to answer your question, I think under the current rule sets, if you're, like, going strictly by what is written on here, that gun isn't allowed at AMS.
No.
But I think with these guns, like Tom said, becoming more popular and more people owning them, I think companies like AMS and other event producers that have a shotgun rule are going to be under pressure by all of the owners that are going to be coming out and asking, hey, how do I get to use this?
Yeah.
So
I think that pressure is going to happen within the first 6 months, but he's entirely right. Reading the rule set right now, these won't be allowed, which is really interesting because G&G showing off their gas gun at AMS games. Love their gun, love G&G, love AMS, but it is interesting that they're showing off a gun at an AMS event where technically it's probably not even allowed. What I would say is that, again, 6 months into this being released, a lot of the customer base is going to be pushing for it to be allowed or rule changes to happen. AMS in particular is one of the few people this year that did a specific weapon-related rule change for DMRs again. So
they brought them back.
It's not an impossibility that they would do the same for the shotgun rule set. They might change it up and they might get very specific, or they might classify these under full auto submachine guns or stuff like that. So
I think the rule is strictly going to come from, if the rule does change, it's going to be because of the frequency of people wanting to use them.
Yeah.
If 4 people, not that this is going to happen, but hypothetically, 4 people buy a Gen 12 and they all email, Bo at AMS to switch the rules, he's probably not going to do it. But if there's a bunch of owners of the Gen 12, a bunch of owners of the G&G one, Saiga 12s too. If people
Saiga 12s is another one.
Saiga 12, which is really cool to me. They're all really cool to me, but I just, the Saiga 12 is very cool. But I think if there's enough pressure, they will switch it because there's a demand for it. But that's, the only way I think it'll happen. I don't think it's going to change for 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
Not that, obviously I'm sure they'll sell a lot of them. They're very cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are excited for them.
No, and it's a fantastic weapon system. I got to fire it. I got to be shot at by it. It is a great weapon system. It's a really cool engine. I really do think, especially with Wolverine reaching out too, they'll be allowed at some point, just not on release.
New setup looking nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
No, I saw the Ferrari of Airsoft.
That's the next one I was going to read.
Yeah, what's the Ferrari of Airsoft to you?
I don't know what the Ferrari of Airsoft is.
I'd say probably a Sistema is the Ferrari of Airsoft, or GBLS.
I thought of that too, but those are to me the JDM cars of Airsoft, because you work on them. You have to do a lot to them, and you have to be specialized in knowledge.
Well,
actually get them to shoot effectively.
See, I feel like a JDM car of Airsoft. Man, now we're gonna get into this.
Let's not spend a lot of time.
I feel like a JDM car of Airsoft is something that is like a budget to buy, and then you upgrade the hell out of it.
That's a good argument.
So I think a Ferrari of Airsoft is super expensive. A lot of feature set, tuned from the factory. You might say an MTW is this.
Ferrari, yeah, honestly, yeah,
Like
okay.
out of the
Yeah,
box,
yeah.
like it's ready to go and everything.
Right.
Also, I would say now that they worked out the kinks, the MDRX would be one
Okay.
because that's a higher end one with a few features.
So I think the MTW is actually the new Corvette C8 of Airsoft.
I will agree with that because
Because
it's not.
It's
not absurd.
Yeah, it's ready to go. It's the layman's like HPA gun where they could just get into it and be good to go. Let's see. But I don't know. For me, Ferrari of Airsoft, I honestly have no. I
I'm
couldn't
trying
tell
to
you.
think of something else that's not an
I
MTW.
think Ferrari. See, like I don't know if it's going to be performance based. I think it's going to be rarity based. Like, I think a lot of.
That's an interesting take.
So yeah, it's not necessarily. I don't know.
What's a rare, really good performing gun? Sistema.
I think
An old
Sistema, and I
Sistema.
think. I mean, you don't see a whole lot of Token Ruiz anymore on the field.
Not like, yeah, you don't see a lot of the older ones.
So like yeah, I mean, even recoil shocks, you see them here and there. You see, with the MWS system, like a true MWS system is high performing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty interesting question though.
What else we got? We're going to stick with Instagram for a bit here, guys, and we're going to get to the other ones.
Sorry, I'm trying to. What's up, fellas? Combat Machine is JDM Honda Civic.
Yes,
See, I
yes.
think- yeah, see, I like that argument.
Love my
See.
ARP. Yep, ARPs are great.
Do you know the difference between the regular Crytek gearbox and the Crytek Nautilus version 2 gearbox?
They are, I believe, a different MOSFET on the Nautilus. I'd have to look that one back up, but I believe it's a different MOSFET. I don't think there's a big change in the geometry of it, so if you want to HPA it, it's fine. You just have to cut out some more stuff because of the mounts for the MOSFET. I think that's the only difference. I think that's the main difference.
I also think asking about allowing the Gen 12 at smaller events and especially local fields can help push national event holders to update the rule set.
Yeah, so that's something else that came up. So I want to point out when I was down at the Wolverine Tech Summit, the first day was really about the Gen 12. Like, we took a whole day on it. There was a few things about the regulators and stuff that they offer and teaching us how to work on those, but the main point of focus of the first day was the Gen 12. We fired it. We, got to test it out. We learned how the engine worked. We learned why they made certain decisions on it. And the big talking points throughout the whole 2-day thing was, what do you guys think about it? Give us some feedback. What do we need to change on it? What do you see resistance? What's the resistance on it? And the open play stuff was where I feel like a lot of people were like, that's going to be field dependent. And I feel like a lot of open play fields tailor to try and keep new players in, or they just allow whatever. There's like two flavors of it. They either really want new players to be happy, so they try and babysit the rules.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Or they just let anything fly.
Mm-hmm.
So it could
A happy
be
medium is what fields should be going for.
It could be either.
Love my RP9 or ARP. They're great guns out of the box and to upgrade.
Ooh, Black Rain.
I already read that actually.
Black Rain out of the box is nuts. You know what another one would be? A Fatco would be a Ferrari of Airsoft. Hand built, premium gun.
Yeah, you're right.
Umbrella would be another one.
You're right. HK21 would be my Ferrari. That would be cool to see.
Yep.
Thoughts on Lancer? Lancer's
stepped up in the last few years.
I think, and this is just honest to God, I think the Gen 3 is like definitely worth it. But if it's not one of their Gen 3 or higher, I'd probably just do the Gen 3 Lancer. They're very good. Just a hop-up upgrade and inner barrel made it crazy. Perfect. Sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah.
Ross, Tom, Eric. Hello, Ross.
Ross.
I could get closer. I keep trying to get closer to Tom, but I find myself leaning in.
We're just like right here.
So
Then you guys don't see the
Instagram
TV.
stinks.
Go to YouTube. It looks the best.
I wonder if we turn the camera sideways, and then tell people to flip their orientation. Seam AK is the 2000s Ford Ranger because it refuses to die. I
agree.
Absolutely agree with that.
I agree. We have one that refuses to die. That is the loner gun.
Hey fellas, I ordered my Dream gas blowback rifle EMG CGS Noveski M410 model. Very cool. I'm glad that you're able to get your
They
hands
are
on one.
they are
man.
fun guns, dude.
Very-
Gas blowbacks
very
are fun.
cool. Yeah, so I mean it's interesting to compare airsoft guns to cars. This is unfortunate that this isn't Wes's live. But
But you brought up the JDM thing, and I think that was actually a good one.
yeah, right.
I'll be watching. Okay, we already did that news setup, looking real nice. No Burt allowed. No, you can Burt, but you need an LMG for it. Who's coming up to Vermont in a couple weeks? Me.
Yeah,
I'm coming
that's
up in a couple
Tom's
weeks.
thing.
So if you guys don't know, Stag Ops does a very, very tight-knit game called Midsummer Nightmare. It's hosted in Vermont. It's one of my favorite games to go to. It probably is my favorite
What
game to
weekend
go
is
to.
that?
It's in 2 weeks. I think it's the 16th, 17th.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. So I'm going up with Lagunicorn and David. All three of us are going to go up and play. We're going to do a tiny vend on site if you guys need anything. But if you guys have not heard of Stag Ops and you guys haven't gotten out to one of their games, get out to one of their games. They're fun as hell. And then what else we got?
No, that's the pick right now. Just missing Wes for the center. Yeah, Wes is missing, unfortunately today. He's on vacation, as previously mentioned.
Opinions on the Specna Edge. One of the best value buys you could get right now.
Agreed,
The
agreed.
Edge or the Edge 2.0. For the money, the feature set that you get. Let's talk about it for a second. I think their highest end one is like $400 for an Edge series, but you get a pre-flat hop barrel setup. So it comes with a flat hop out of the box. It's going to perform a lot better than a standard hop up. You get a 22 TPA high torque motor. You get a full metal body. You get a true quick change spring that you don't have to take the whole gearbox out of, and you get an Aster, or in some models a higher a Titan. So for $400, you already have basically all the upgrades somebody would ever do to like a G&G or something like that. So, or combat machine G&G. They're very, very, very much worth the value you get.
Speaking of Wolverine, what do you guys think of the Article 1 and 2?
I think it's an MTW, which means it's going to perform fantastically. Any of the ones I fired have been really snappy, really cool. I think if it's me and the way I play when I'm playing tight quarters, I would want an Article 1 because it's the shorter barrel. And an Article 2, if I'm going to be holding back, it's perfect for it. I do think you could probably shoot maybe a little bit faster. If you're a really, really fast trigger finger, you might be able to outrun it, and you might want to upgrade the trigger board, but realistically with the optical trigger board now, it's a lot better. It'd be pretty hard to outrun it. So I think out of the box, as far as a speed soft gun goes, fantastic.
Yeah, I think they're very cool. They're very well built. They feel good in your hands. I think MTW. You're not gonna. You can't go wrong.
They have some cool colors coming out.
I bought my first MTW from you guys at Iron Horse 6. Now I'm addicted to HPA.
I mean, the MTW will do that, honestly. The MTW is one of those guns that is just good. I have 3 MTWs now. I love running them. I don't have to think about it when I go to the field. I just grab it, grab some 33s, and go. It's really simple. It's really fun for me.
Thoughts on 2 or 3 launchers, and are they worth it?
They are worth it if you are going into an urban environment and you have a shower. If you're using shower grenades. Now, if tag launchables come back, then they 100% are worth it, but we don't know if they're coming back yet. That was when 203s were really, really worth it.
It's also if you encounter like vehicles a lot whenever you're playing Airsoft, whether it's your local play or like events you go to. They're worth it in that regard, but they're also like the guys that get really good with Reaper rounds could like take out a room. Like their effective range is obviously a lot further than an airsoft gun, so it's kind of astonishing what some people could do. So if you get good with like the Reaper rounds, they're also worth it in that regard. So plenty of different options with those. How do I get ready for a Milsim? I can both talk about this.
So the first thing you want to do is look at the rule set, right? You want to see...
Read it up and down. Memorize it
Memorize
in case
the
somebody
rule
quizzes
set.
you.
Every Milsim that's a bigger one has a unique rule set, and they're going to change how the mechanics of the game work internally, and they're going to change on how you pack. Some games are going to be longer formats, such as MSW, which is you are camping and playing, and then there's going to be all the way down to almost a larger open play style, where you're not going to be really rucking in. You're going to be able to come off whenever you want, and you can basically just go out in an assault kit and come off because you don't need water, you don't need food on you, you're all good to go. And then there's the middle tier, which is kind of a mix of both, where hey, you should be staying out with it, for 8 hours, you should be planning to stay out there. You shouldn't really be planning to go back to your car. You need to read the rule set so you know the vibe of the game, play and plan for the vibe of the game, and then go from there. Once you get into the rule set, then you go, okay, so the rule set's this, so therefore I can bring any gun I want, certain M4s for the faction I'm playing, certain AKs for the faction I'm playing, or certain camos for the faction I'm playing, certain gear for the faction I'm playing. It really, really comes down to reading that rule set. If it's very loose, then you can kind of just, you can show up and kind of take it as an open play as long as you're in the right camos. The biggest thing out of Milsim, I feel, across the board is having the right camo, whether it's multicam for tan or M81 for green or just flat green or flat tan. Have one or the other. That's what I would say.
And if you need help packing for a longer format, there's actually a really good blog on our website. We have a blog section on our website. Go check that out. There is a comprehensive guide to what you need, things that you might not have thought of, things that you probably thought of that you might not actually need.
Yep.
A bunch of good information on our blog area. But yeah, I mean, like Tom said, the best thing is to read the rule set. Don't take to Facebook and ask questions that could probably be answered by the rule set, because first of all, people, if you've seen an Airsoft Facebook group, it could be rocky.
You were about
we
to
don't
be
want you to
beat
get. We don't
up.
want you to get
You
beat
were gonna
up.
get beat
So
up.
just if there's anything that could be like camo rules, like don't really ever ask if like a camo rule is allowed or not, because it usually could be answered in the tax op.
Now, if you go to the tax op or the rule set or the warlord of whatever game you're doing, and it's clearly not in the rule set, what I would recommend you do is go to those Facebook groups and go, so this is what it says in the rule set, this is what I think is okay, can somebody give me some clarification on it? Or email, too. Emailing in, you'll get the most accurate answer you can.
Ross played his first round of golf this week. The first 9 was even 50, but we don't talk about the back 9.
All right, buddy.
Get good at it.
Yeah.
Get good at it. The best brands of shims and bushings, in your opinion? Was it FLA? Is it the company that makes them?
Best brand of buckings? Oh, shims?
Shims and bushing.
I can't remember the name of the brand, but there's one brand that has different shaped shims based on the thickness of them, and they are also different colors. So if you've ever shimmed a gearbox before, you'll know that there's some slightly thicker ones, thinner, and thinner as you go down through it. And having something that's a visual indicator, not just like you're trying to feel it with your fingers, is very good to have. I highly recommend those. Let me see if I can find them on Evike real quick.
Also, GMP shims are like...
GMP shims are goated.
Yeah, those are the ones that I know Wes has used in every single one of my AEG builds that he's helped me put together. So, yeah, GMP for sure. I'll keep going while he's going. Will Amped be at the Take One Airsoft event on August 3rd? I don't believe so.
We will not be at the Take One event.
Unfortunately not. Aztec shims, they're engraved with the thickness.
That's another good one. Like I said, some
the
visual
thicknesses.
indicator.
That's nice. That's definitely a very good tool to have whenever you're putting these things together.
Yeah, Aztec's a good one. There's a ton of good shims. Basically, Aztec would probably be the one I would tell you to get. Prometheus are also good. They have visual indicators of the thickness. You want something that has a visual indicator of the thickness. That way you can tell what you're doing, and that way it's repeatable if you ever have to open it up and you can tell, one shim fell to the ground. It's like, oh, I'm missing this shim very clearly. So that's why I always say try and get ones with a visual indicator. Aztec's a good one. Laylax is a good one. GMPs are great if you just want some good shims. Their quality control on them is great. They're very good. bag to bag of whatever shims you're getting are good. We use them. So those are also a very good one. You want to do one up there?
We're all caught up.
Okay. Are there any modern murder mag equivalents? I would say probably the EPM or the EPM1 is going to be the closest to the murder mag equivalent. I know murder mags were really good, really solid magazines that fed always. That's an EPM nowadays.
Yeah, EPMs are the standard, or the gold standard for M4 mags. Thoughts on the KWA Q10?
Have you dealt with them at all?
The Q10?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So the Q10 is the KWA M4 that uses a 3.0 gearbox. So basically, if any of you have seen the CM4, the Q10 is going to be... Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
So it has some felt recoil. It has that magazine cutoff, dependent on the version you buy. And it's going to have a lot of the really cool feedback features of the 3.0 gearbox that KWA has. It is fantastic. I do think there's some proprietariness and some fragile parts in there that can break on you. Nothing that's operational, like required, like the dust cover. I feel like,
or it could be worked on. I mean,
yeah,
you could always fix it if you know what you're
out of the
doing.
box. They're great, and if you're looking for something that gives you a little bit more feedback, they're one of the most rugged ones you could grab. I would grab that if you're not looking at getting like a TM recoil shock or something like that. They're very well priced too, around $400. I think it's a really good buy.
Alrighty.
What else we got?
Disregard if already asked, what are your thoughts on the new Wolverine battery grip? I think that they should have used a AA or AAA for availability.
So I think I would agree with you. I don't know if they would have been able to though. I run the battery grip on 2 of my MTWs right now. I think it is the perfect thing since they moved the airline to the sling plate. Now, if you don't want to run your airline at your sling plate or you don't want to use an air stock, I think it's a problem because now you can't run your airline through your grip. But I do think it is the perfect thing because of how the programming mode works. You can enter into programming mode now by switching the bottom of that battery grip while holding the trigger down instead of plugging and unplugging mags. Now to your comment about AA and AAA, I do think it would have been cool. I don't know if they would have had the room because they're using 2 CR123A batteries. Both of those are 3 volt and they get it up to 6 volts total. To run the FCU in most guns, you need 7 volts. So even with 2 CR123A batteries, which is what they run off of, you're having a hard time. So they put in a booster circuit to basically hold some power, boost it up to 7 volts, and then you can run the FCU.
Huh.
So with a longer battery, a AA or AAA, one that's not as short as a CR123A, and each of those batteries only providing 1.5 volts, you would need 4 batteries to have the equivalent voltage of the CR123As they're using. Then a booster circuit. They might not have had enough room in the grip to do that. So you gotta work with what you have in that area, plus all the circuitry, plus the ease of plugging it in and installing it. I think they did a good job with using CR123As, especially because that's something that's already fitting in the grip of most pistol grips. They're trying to keep it as realistic as possible. That's another part of it, where most grips on an AR, they will not fit 4 AA batteries in a grip. They could maybe fit AAAs, but it's probably not likely after you account for the circuitry as well. Bottom line, I love it, and I'm sorry ranting on again.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
Gray Bush is out of here.
See you, buddy.
Back to work. I'm sure you're already gone, but
sorry about
goodbye.
that, bud.
I don't know anything about what you're talking about, Notomac, to be honest. Like,
Let's see.
It's probably not even good if if it's some sort of, that's their space. I honestly haven't kept up or even know about it, so it's probably...
Yeah, okay, I'll bring it up. I'll read your comment, but I don't know what's going on with it. Guys, thoughts on the cease and desist from Gate to E-Shooter? I have no idea. I'm not caught up on it, but I figure I'll read it out loud for anybody else who wants to look into it. But I have no idea what's going on with it.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with every company.
And typically we stay out of stuff like that, even if there's problems. And
Happened today. I haven't had enough time to read about it yet, man.
No. 123 CR123 batteries aren't hard to get, and they are convenient to carry in a bag onto the field. I agree. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to carry CRs out into the field. The Surefire makes that really cool thing, and if you have like a battery thing on your counterweight.
GMR makes that little holder for it,
they have
for
that,
sights and stuff.
Yeah, that's super cool. The caddy, very, very neat. Yeah, but this is your half-hourly reminder to come to Bolt Bash on October 12th. Everything is free this year in terms of getting in. Don't have to pay any amount of money to set up a booth for yourself. There's going to be some great companies out here, including MTW, including Wolverine and Polar Star, and quite a few more that are being donated. We also are, more information later, we'll probably do an official video, but we're also looping in some charity this year. We're trying to raise some money for charity, so even more of a reason to come and hang out with us. Ross pinned the date, so if you want to travel for it, you should. There's plenty of great hotels and plenty of things to do in Pittsburgh. You can play here at the field. And come hang out with us. Come check out the shop. Come check out where the magic is made. So, and keep your eyes peeled for more information.
I like how we have people come out here and
That's great. I love whenever people come, they're like, "Oh, I'm from Tennessee."
I love when people.
Amazing.
I love it when people come out, and especially like from Tennessee.
I mean,
even like down
Ross,
in Georgia.
Ross in Minnesota, and Frag from Wisconsin, and before you worked here, Logan.
Yeah.
From
Laguna Corn.
Wisconsin and whatnot. So it's great to see people that travel for it. We love to get the local scene out here because we're trying to build our local scene every day, more and more. I mean, maximum growth isn't enough growth. We want to see the local airsoft scene grow as much as we possibly can.
We got Logan in on TikTok. Yeah, I'm from South Carolina. Bro, come up.
You should absolutely come up.
Come up and hang out.
One of our friends, Daniel, is from. I think he's from one of the Carolinas. I think it's South.
Yeah.
But he's flying up here to see us. So, and it's not even that far of a drive. So even if you want, we do it all the time for events. South Carolina is really
South
not
Carolina
that far.
is like 9 to 10 hours.
It's not far
South
for us.
Carolina, yeah, yeah.
But
for us, our
make a
mindset is
trip out of
if it's 10 hours or less, that's a normal drive for us. At this point, with going to how many events we go to.
Different Ross. Our Ross. We have a Ross now too, so you can compete with him.
I heard my name. What's up? Well, I'm going to say your name again, Ross, because you need to come out to Bolt Bash, and if you're not, I'm going to just cry.
I guess I was referring to him as well.
I met that Ross.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Oh, that's right. He was here.
Ross is having that.
Yeah, but definitely worth coming to Bolt Bash. I mean, you could literally, with what we give away here, you could walk away in value from winnings that would cover your whole trip.
Yeah, actually.
Like, we're going to give away, we're waiting on it to get here, but Mac is going to send us a body. So if you're into Speedsoft, you might win a $1,200 airsoft gun.
Yeah.
That would, if you bought it outright,
and some of the other
just be into it for the cost of the trip.
Some of the other guns we're giving away are a lot of the times, because we build a lot of HPA guns, we'll get engines sent to us for stuff, and we'll throw them in, just guns for this raffle in particular, and like some of the guns, like at minimum, are going to be probably $600, $800 guns just because they're HPA builds. So you can win even some of the like medium prizes are going to be crazy prizes.
Yeah, we're trying to, and like the way we do it too is you never just get one thing. And this year, like I mentioned for charity and a little inside scoop for the live, you could buy. We're gonna allow you guys to buy tickets this year, extra tickets for the raffle. So you could buy as many as you want, and all of the extra money is going to go to charity. That charity will be disclosed soon. I'm just finalizing some of the details, but you could justify buying more tickets to get the airsoft gun you want, and it'd be for a good cause. So plenty of great options there.
Yeah, JT, former customer turned friend. They aren't lying. Go hang out. Well, yeah. The only thing that was wrong in that is that you're our friend. I hate you. No.
The only thing you lied about there is your friendship.
Yeah. No. But I'm gonna see you in like 2 or 3 weeks, so we're just gonna hang out and have
Yeah,
fun.
that sounds like a fun game.
I love that game so much. I love
Was it
Midsummer.
40 hours?
It's like
24 hours.
it's like a 34-hour game. It's not a full 40. And in the middle of it, there's kind of a chill hangout break, so everybody just kind of like turns off for a little bit. We have a barbecue.
Like a soft 30.
Yeah, it's like a soft 30. But honestly, the vibe while you're there, it's high intensity. It's just really fun. And then for like, I want to say like 2 or 3 hours, we all just turn into goobers and hang out with everybody and stop playing for a second. And then we get right back into the extreme high intensity of it. We call it a 30-hour. I agree. I think it's a 30-hour. Oh, I'm going to get you good, man. Oh, okay, yeah. Best NVG environment. It actually is, because the mix, dude, the stars when we were coming down from the one raid the one night was insane. It's at a rock quarry up in Vermont. So there's like no light pollution at all. It is crazy.
Ross, what if I just told you yes? There's going to be a Goose Dog giveaway. No promises, but I bet I can give one away.
I don't see a reason why we wouldn't.
You know what? Let's just give a Goose Dog away.
Yeah, okay, we're going to be giving one away.
There you go. Come win that. Maybe we'll launch some things out of it at you, like a T-shirt. It is a good T-shirt.
The only way to win the Gustav is to grab the tickets that we shoot out of the Gustav.
Yeah, it's funny. That would be pretty good.
That would be hysterical.
Gustav on Gustav, like 1v1, and whoever wins gets to take home both Gustavs.
I'm waiting for the bowl bash to get so big that the cops just show up.
I have thought about that.
Especially this year.
I have
the amount of vendors. I think we're probably doubling the amount of vendors from last year.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If there's an issue, we'll handle it. Maybe I'll just get approved.
The cops will just show up and be like, "What is this? Fun. Oh, okay, we'll partake."
Yeah, you guys sure strong-armed us into giving that away, I'm sure. You don't understand. I want to give you as much as I can, so little to no resistance here. Trust me.
Yeah.
We strong-armed.
We strong-armed them. Yes, absolutely.
That's funny. But
you guys
come
know
out and win the Gustav.
If there's a meme to be had with it, we'll probably do it.
Yeah, they're cool. So, alrighty. Any other questions?
I have one for you. What is an event you're looking forward to going to this year? Like throughout the rest of the year?
I'm really looking forward to Shally.
Shally's going to be fun. Shally last year was fun.
I think like Ross and I were talking about to get him in a press vest and take
Oh,
pictures.
yeah.
See if he wants to do that.
Especially
not
for
speaking
Shally.
for him, but I want him to. That'd be awesome to see. I'm excited that I need to get out and run this thing before I actually go play an MSW, so I know it works well. I haven't actually used it yet. So yeah, I'm super excited for Shally. And I'm also excited for the amusement park game.
The amusement park game, if you guys don't know what that is, you probably do. Veterans for Airsoft is putting on an amusement park game. It's the same place Mir put theirs on at, down in New Orleans. It's great. It seems like it's a great AO. I've heard very, very good things about it. But if you have ever wanted to hang out with us, we're going to be bringing a gigantic crew of Amped Airsoft employees down to hang out with everybody. We're kind of turning it into a company retreat, so it'll be pretty fun. So if you guys want to hang out with us, there'll be a lot of faces from the company down there. And if you guys just want to go play a really cool AO, we'll be down there to play with you guys. So,
yes, Ross, we do have a Ross to do photography.
Yes, we do have a Ross to do photography. He's quite good at it.
Yeah, Oops is super excited for the Six Flags game. I'm excited to...
The Six Flags game is going to be very fun.
Is there such thing as an Airsoft P50?
I don't think there is.
Is that what that says, P50?
Yeah, P50. There's a P90, but not a P50. You guys should go to Stryker when they reopen soon. Okay. Is that the New Jersey field? I think. I'll be at Six Flags going to be helping a buddy of mine out with selling IWA stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of IWA sailors going to be down there. We're going to be selling tag products, EG67s, EG smokes. We're going to have the trailer set up. We're going to have all the gear that you need, BBs you need, everything like that. Night vision rentals, air fills. We have everything going on to this event.
Yeah, we're very excited to just go down and play and hang out and have a little bit of a break altogether. It's been a long time since we've all played together.
Here's a cool one. I'm gonna read the question and then I'm gonna rephrase it a little bit because I think this isn't just the e-bike. So opinions on e-bike price hikes. So I think across the board there's been a lot of price hikes, not just from, you're not just seeing it at e-bike, but you're seeing it across the board. A lot of retailers, and honestly, I can tell you from, if you guys want insider knowledge, if you want to call it that, a lot of the times when you see a price hike, that is actually due to the manufacturer setting a different price.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not because a lot of times it's e-bike setting a price, it's because the manufacturer goes and says, hey, this is the new minimum advertised price that you need to set it to on your website. If you don't, you're not allowed to buy from us anymore. So we always comply with that. I'm pretty sure that's what e-bike's doing. That's what
everybody does.
Everybody does it.
It's like it's everything else. It stinks that there are price hikes in the hobby, but it's kind of indicative of everything else going on right now. I mean, everything's more expensive, and it stinks. Like clothes, groceries, gas.
Yeah,
it's just everything across the board is more.
Everything's
expensive.
gone up in price. I think everybody's seeing that, and I think across the board, yes,
Airsoft isn't saved from that.
Yeah, Airsoft isn't
basically.
safe from it, and a lot of the companies that are dealing with it, and ourselves included, we are really trying. We've eaten margin a lot of times to maintain prices for customers, and so a lot of times, and we've had calls with companies who said, "Hey, we're raising the price for the 4th time this year, 5th time this year," and we will get on a phone call with some of the reps and go, "You can't keep doing this, because then nobody's going to buy your product." And a lot of times those guys don't even have a say in it.
Six Flags looks like a fun time. Honestly, Six Flags looks like fun. Are you guys only doing it once, or you're there only once? There was a mirror game there.
There was a mirror game there. That's one of the only event promoters we don't really vend at because they have a really good vending setup, so they don't really need any of our support. So if there's another game that'll happen at Six Flags, we'll go back to Six Flags. I don't think we have a problem going back to Six Flags. But there is talks that the park itself is currently undergoing the start of demolition, so the AO might not be there next year or in the future for us to go back to. So that's why we're really excited to go down, because it is there. It's going to be a fun game, and hopefully we do get to play it again after this, but in case we don't, a lot of us are going to get to go down and play it right now.
Yeah, it might be one of those situations that it's like, do it while it's there.
Yeah.
Don't wait on it.
That was like the Lion Claws one.
Yeah, the Lace Factory.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Scranton Lace Factory still is, to this day, one of my favorite AOs.
I never got the opportunity to play it, but
it's crazy. It was like the
I had a
first Milsim
blast
I
at the other amusement park game in Niagara Falls.
Yeah, that was the
That
Lion
was
Claws
one of the ones that I love that game.
Yeah.
I mean, amusement parks are weird because and it's just like with Airsoft games, places that you want to play don't necessarily play well for Airsoft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like you go to. We've been so many places that are like, okay, this would be so cool for like a photo opportunity,
Yep.
or just to run around in,
Yep.
for the urban exploring aspect,
Yep.
and with an airsoft gun. But that doesn't mean it plays well. Prisons are a great example. Most prisons are built to keep people out or in.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to play an airsoft game there because they usually turn into bottlenecks. I think Crescent might be one of the only exceptions I've ever seen.
Crescent would probably be, in my opinion, of all the prisons I've played at, Crescent's uniquely an exception because it wasn't originally built
Scranton
to be a
Death
prison.
Trap.
Yes, it was Scranton Death Trap. Yes.
Yeah, people. I mean, I've heard all the stories of people falling through
Oh, dude, you would
ceilings halfway through.
You would
just
look
like this on the ground.
You would be on the 3rd or 4th floor, looking straight down four stories at these giant spikes from the thread machines that they would have. And it's like, if you fell down that, you're getting impaled. Like, it was crazy.
Added risk, added adrenaline. That's what I say.
I mean, I'll be honest. It still is one of the best AOs that I've probably gotten the most asbestos at.
I mean, like another good example of this is our local, the new Ken factory.
Oh,
thing.
yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
That was like cool place, like really cool place. But
Right.
it was just like
it was a death trap.
it was a death
100%
trap.
a death trap.
And it was like, it it was another bottleneck situation
Oh,
where
yeah.
it was like floor to floor, and you would just look and there'd be like a jagged old brass railing sticking out of the wall. And
Oh,
like,
dude,
if I got enough momentum, I would kill myself on
Yeah,
this.
no.
Pile of asbestos, like you said, that fell from the ceiling, and I was like, yeah, just like don't go over there.
Don't go there.
Breathe near it.
Yeah. No, and it sucked for me. For you guys that don't know about the New Ken facility that opened, I grew up literally 2 blocks from it. I always thought as a kid, oh, it'd be great to play in there. And then it's a perfect example of places that you think would be good to play, and then you find out it's actually really bad to play because bottlenecking.
Yeah.
It was entirely not the fun thing that I thought it would be because it was such a bottleneck. You tried to throw too many people in there, and then everybody would just get on one corner, shoot down the giant open hallway.
It was a stalemate.
Yeah,
the whole
it
game.
was, and it was fun to play when it was smaller groups of people. When you had like 25 people on there, perfect, absolutely best place to play.
Yeah, small groups.
The second you went above like 30 or 40, it was just too many people.
And then Wes and I make the grenade argument that you disagree with.
What?
I think. I don't know. I forget if you disagree with it. Just with like some of those places where it's like grenades deprive you of potentially a good gunfight.
Oh, okay. I agree with you that grenades do deprive you of good gunfights in Airsoft. However, I do not think they should be not allowed.
No, I agree with that.
I think
Yeah.
grenades...
They should be limited like everything else is in Airsoft.
I agree with-
Magazine, ammo
I
restrictions.
will agree with that. I think
you know.
I think grenades... Gun Gamers has a really good rule set on that, too. You can only carry, like, if you're a grenadier, you can carry 6 grenades. If you're a regular person, you get 1 on you. You can go back and keep stuff at your fob.
And this is also speaking from a player aspect,
Yeah.
not somebody that's in the industry. But like, yeah, not with grenade limitations. It might be bad for business, but as a player, I do want that kind of limitation because on the field, whenever like that really cool Masato, that hospital in PA,
Yeah.
every time I'd walk in, this kid would just drop a grenade down the steps. I didn't even see the inside of that hospital. I couldn't get in.
We were on the 4th floor of that hospital
And it's
when we went back, me and Logan went back, and I was
Yeah.
playing with some of the RCG guys. We held the 4th floor, and literally it was just us posted in the hallway, and we're like, I hear somebody, grenade, and somebody would come up, drop it, we wouldn't even see a guy because everybody was hit.
Yeah,
that was the whole game.
And they'd be rolling down the steps at
No,
me.
you're right. You're very much
And then,
right.
like, the best thing, and sorry if this is you, I don't mean to attack you, but the
No.
people that have not you, Tom, but anybody in
Oh.
the crowd. I've never seen you do this. I hope not. But the people that have the carabiners with like 8 or 9 EGs. So
You have the nut sack
it's
of
become
grenades.
so lazy that all you have to do is rip the thing
Rip
off
the-
of the carabiner and throw it.
Yeah.
It's
It's a smart solution. I'll give you that.
It's very intelligent, but it's gaming the game, and I hate it.
And I think that's the problem. Is there's the spirit of the game. There's the guys who go literally the rule set says this, so I can do whatever else I want because it's not in the rule set. You are right. You can do whatever you want, but at the same time, I feel like if you're not challenging yourself at a game, you're missing out on some of the fun you could have had. Because like
agree.
if I play like a bolt action, I did a bolt action the one time, and I hated it and loved it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it is not how I play. I run up, I maneuver
Yeah, it's like-
around,
yeah,
but
right,
like
right.
I sitting in one place, I wanted to die. But the second I got that kill,
That's what Ryan always says.
yeah,
that's
I
what Ryan
was just
says.
like, I was so bored out of my mind.
But I think, yeah, I mean, it's like part of it's like, why even spend all the money building like a good airsoft gun, or even buy an airsoft gun if all you're gonna do is run around and clear rooms with grenades?
Well, I think it
One
was,
or two, like I said, limit them and you're good.
I think if you can limit them, it's more fun for everyone, even the people using. Because then you think like, okay, is this the right opportunity that I want to throw my 2 grenades that I have? And now I'm a mile and a half away from fob. I can't get my grenades back.
Yeah, even backpack full of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, and that's cool. I agree. It's just like it stinks to go to a game and everybody has a million grenades, and it's just like, it's. I don't know.
Screw it. Send
You
it.
know my opinion.
Screw
but,
it.
not to beat a dead horse.
Okay, let's see what else we got. I miss playing at the arena. Pure dumb fun. Yes, that was very fun, Ross. Same thing with the Sheboygan Asylum. Fun AO, but rough
How
because of
linear it
how
is.
linear it is. Yep.
There's an Asylum game near you guys. Hey, let us know about that. That sounds cool. I think it's the weekend prior to the prison game, though, or the amusement park game.
And then November 14th and 15th, damn, I'm gonna sell all my kit now and only buy nades from now on. Dude, there's some people who
They
actually
might as well.
there's some people who run kits that are like that though. Frag. I have to call him out.
I don't even think he's in here anymore.
Ross, text frag right now.
All right. Well, it's 2 o'clock. We're probably going to get out here soon.
That went fast.
So thank you for joining us, as always.
October 12th.
October 12th, Bolt Bash. Don't miss it.
Yep.
It's if you miss it, you're gonna miss out on some really great opportunities just to hang out, win some stuff, etc. So.
Yeah, guys, thanks so much. And as always, I'm Ron Burgundy.
All right. I'm also Ron Burgundy.